Today we are going to perform the assay of Dapsone. We are going to perform this practical into two parts. The first part is the preparation and standardization of sodium nitrite solution, and the second part is the assay of Dapsone.
Students, let us see the requirements for our today's practical, that is the assay of Dapsone. So for this practical, we will require the apparatus, burette, pipette, conical flask, volumetric flask, beaker and funnel. And in chemicals, we will require sulfanilamide, sodium nitrate, hydrochloric acid and starch iodide paper. Students, we are going to perform this practical in two parts. The part 1 is preparation and standardization of 0.1 molar sodium nitrate and the part 2 is assay of Dapsone. Let us start with the part 1, that is the preparation and standardization of 0.1 molar sodium nitrate solution. So first of all, let us see the introductory part. The process of forming a diazonium salt or a compound is called as diazotization process. The diazonium compounds are a group of organic compounds sharing a common functional group with the characteristic structures of Rn2 plus X. Okay, where R can be any organic group, residue such as alkyl or the aryl group, and the X is an inorganic or the organic anion such as halogen. In diazotization titration, primary aromatic amines react with the sodium nitrite in acidic solution to form a diazonium salt. Next is theory regarding this practical. Diazotization is used in analysis of aromatic compound containing amino group in a molecule. Nitrous acid is formed by the interaction of sodium nitrite and the hydrochloric acid. You can observe the reaction. Sodium nitrite react with the HCl to form NaCl and this nitrous acid, okay, HNO2. When all the aromatic amines has reacted with the nitrous acid, then excess of nitrous acid that remains in the solution can be detected by using the starch iodide paper as an external indicator. The appearance of the free nitrous acid indicate the completion of reaction. So students, it is very important to check the acidity at the end point of the titration. If there is no excess acid present, then starch iodide paper will not detect the end point. So this reaction acts as both qualitative as well as quantitative under the control condition. It can be used for the estimation of many compounds containing free aromatic amino group. Let us see the preparation of 0.1 molar sodium nitrate solution. So take a 7.5 gram of sodium nitrite, dissolve that sodium nitrite into the 800 ml of distilled water and finally make up the volume up to the 1000 ml, which will be your finally 0.1 molar sodium nitrite solution. Next is standardization of 0.1 molar sodium nitrite solution. So standardization of sodium nitrite is carried out against a sulfanilamide. So procedure for the same is take a 0.3 gram of sulfanilamide and dissolve in 20 ml of 2 normal HCl. Stir to dissolve and cool it to the 15 degrees Celsius in an ice bath. Add to it 25 gram of crushed ice and titrate it with sodium nitrite solution, stirring vigorously until the tip of the glass rod deep in the titrated solution immediately produce a distinct blue color on being touched to the starch iodide paper. And the factor for the calculation is each 0.01722 gram of sulfanilamide is equivalent to 1 ml of 0.1 molar sodium nitrate. The observation for the same are the solution in flask is 0.3 gram of sulfanilamide plus 20 ml of 2 normal HCl solution. Then solution in burette is 0.1 molar sodium nitrite solution. Then indicator for the practical is starch iodide paper and the end point is that starch iodide paper converted into a blue color. So finally we have to draw observation table like serial number, initial burette reading, final burette reading, and then we have to calculate a constant burette reading. Students, let us see the second part, that is the assay of Dapson. So basically the molecular formula of Dapson is C12H12N2O2S. The molecular weight for the Dapson is 248.302 gram per mole. You can observe the molecular structure for the Dapson. The category of Dapson drug is antileprotic, and the storage condition for Dapson is store protected from the light. Let us see the principle involved in the assay of Dapson. Dapson can be assayed by the diazotization titration method. Here, free aromatic group, amino group reacts with the sodium nitrite and the diazonium salt will be formed. In this reaction, the direct use of nitrous acid is not possible. Therefore, sodium nitrite is used, which is acidic condition gives nitrous acid. Excess of nitrous acid present can be detected as an endpoint. The reaction involved in the assay, you can observe Dapson react with sodium nitrite and the hydrochloric acid to form diazonium compound along with the NaCl and the water molecule. Let us see the procedure for the assay. Weigh accurately about 0.5 gram of Dapson. Dissolve in a mixture of 20 ml of water and 20 ml of hydrochloric acid. Cool the solution to about 15 degrees Celsius and carry out the titration with sodium nitrite. The content of the flask are shaken thoroughly and continuously until the blue color is appeared when a drop of solution is placed on a starch iodide paper. Student, kindly note that starch iodide paper used here is an example of external indicator. So the factor for the calculation is each ml of 0.1 molar sodium nitrite is equivalent to 0.01242 gram of Dapson. So student, let us see the actual assay of Dapson.
Students, before starting the actual practical, that is the assay of Dapson, let us see the requirement for our today's practical. In requirement, we have to see some chemicals and the glassware. So in chemicals, we will require starch iodide paper, sodium nitrite, Dapson, sulfanilamide, hydrochloric acid, crush ice, and along with this we will require glasswares like burette, burette stand, funnel, conical flask, beaker, volumetric flask and pipette. Students, let us start the part 1 for our practical, that is the preparation and standardization of 0.1 molar sodium nitrite solution. So for the 1000 ml preparation, we will require 7.5 gram to be dissolved into the 1000 ml water. So I have reduced the quantity and we are going to make a sodium nitrite solution only 500 ml. So for this we will require 3.75 gram of sodium nitrite, which is I have already weighed. So I am transferring this into the volumetric flask. In volumetric flask I have already taken some quantity of water. Now I am transferring the solid of sodium nitrite into the flask. Okay. We have to dissolve this solid into the flask, and then finally we have to make up the volume up to the mark of 500 ml. So students, you can observe that solution is ready, means our whole quantity of sodium nitrite get dissolved into the water. Okay, now we have to make up the volume up to 500 ml with the help of distilled water. So I am transferring the remaining amount of distilled water into the volumetric flask. You have to take a precaution at the addition of near to the mark. So student, you can observe at the eye level that volume is make up to the mark, and our 0.1 molar sodium nitrite solution is ready for the further practical. Students, now we will proceed for the next part, that is the standardization of 0.1 molar sodium nitrite solution. For this, I have already weighed 0.3 gram of sulfanilamide, and which is dissolved into a 20 ml of water and 20 ml of hydrochloric acid. Okay, so I have already weighed the same. Now I am going to cool the solution on the water bath, ice bath. Sorry student, make a one correction. You have to only take a 20 ml of hydrochloric acid. Okay, so our temperature of water bath is below 10 degree. Okay, so it is sufficient cool. Now we have to take a crushed ice into the flask, and then we have to titrate it. Okay. Now we have to titrate this solution against a sodium nitrite. Please note that here indicator we are using is starch iodide paper, which is the external indicator. Okay, so you have to check the end point in between. Now I am checking the end point. So you have to stop the titration, and with continuous stirring you have to take a drop of solution and observe the change on the litmus paper. So students, you can observe there is the no change in litmus paper test. Okay, so we again proceed for our titration. Starch iodide paper, it is the example of external indicator. So again I am taking a drop of solution from the flask and observe the color change on the litmus paper. Again you can see there is the no change in color of a starch iodide paper, not a litmus paper. Okay, so again I am proceeding for the titration. So students, now we will see our end point is observed or not. So you can observe here our end point is appeared. Now we have to note down the reading and we have to proceed for the next reading. Students, now we will proceed for our second reading. Again I have taken 0.3 gram of sulfanilamide and 20 ml of 2 normal hydrochloric acid. Okay, again I have to cool the solution on a ice bath. Okay, this is the diazotization type of reaction, and kindly note that this type of titrations are always carried out in a cool conditions. Okay, so temperature is below the 10 degree. It is okay. Now we have to transfer a crushed ice so that the temperature of the flask will be below 10 to 15 degrees Celsius. Okay. So I have transferred the sufficient ice. Now I will proceed for the titration. Again I have filled the burette with the sodium nitrite solution and titrating against a sulfanilamide dissolved in the hydrochloric acid. Let us start the titration. So after some addition of sodium nitrate, we will see whether end point is occurred or not. Let us check it with starch iodide paper. You can observe there is no change in color. Again we will proceed for the further addition of sodium nitrate. Now again I am stopping the addition of sodium nitrate and will check the end point of the titration. So you can observe there is no change in color. Students, now we will proceed for the further titration as we have not yet observed the end point of the titration. Okay. Now we will proceed to observe the end point. So students, you can observe over here the color of starch iodide paper turns towards the blue color, that indicates our reaction is completed. That is the end point of our second reading. Students, now we will proceed for our last reading, okay, for standardization. So again I have taken a 0.3 gram of sulfanilamide which is dissolved in 20 ml of 2 normal hydrochloric acid. Now we have to cool the mixture, okay, or you can say the content of the flask. Again I am revising, this is the diazotization titration, that's why we have to cool the content of the reaction mixture and we have to carry out the titration in cool condition. Okay, so you can observe that temperature of the flask is less than 10 degrees Celsius. I am transferring some crushed ice into the flask. Now we will proceed for the titration. You have to shake the content of the flask very well. After addition of few ml of sodium nitrate, now we will see the end point is occurred or not yet. So we will check this with the starch iodide paper. You can observe there is no change in the color of the starch iodide paper. So again we have to continue with the titration. After addition of again few ml of sodium nitrate, we will check the for end point. Let us see. You can observe there is no end point still occurred. Okay, no change in the color of starch iodide paper. So we have to further continue with the titration. So student, we will check the end point of titration occurred or not. Let us take the few drops of reaction content of the flask on a glass rod and we will check it with the starch iodide paper, and you can observe there is the change in color of the starch iodide paper, that indicates our end point is occurred, and we have to note down the all three readings which will be useful for the calculation part. Students, now we will proceed for the second part of our practical, that is the assay of Dapsone. For this part, we have to take 0.5 gram of Dapsone, which I have already taken into the flask. Then we have to add a 20 ml of water and 20 ml of hydrochloric acid, and we have to cool the solution in an ice bath near about at the 15 degrees Celsius. Okay, we will keep this solution on an ice bath for cooling. The temperature should be less than 15 degrees Celsius, as it is the diazotization type of reaction, and this reaction we have to carry out in a cool condition. Okay. Student, the temperature is set near to the 10 to 12 degrees Celsius. Now we will proceed for the titration against a previously standardized 0.1 molar sodium nitrite solution. Okay. Again, remember, in this titration also we have to use the same indicator method, that is the external indicator, that is the starch iodide paper. We have to add a few ml of sodium nitrate solution. Again, that we have to check with the starch iodide paper. Okay, after addition of few ml of starch iodide paper, now I am checking this, what will be the endpoint occur at not, okay, with the starch iodide paper. Okay, so student, you can observe there is the no change in the color of the starch iodide paper, that indicate reaction is not yet completed. Okay, so further we will proceed for the titration, and we will add a more amount of sodium nitrite solution. So again, after addition of more amount of sodium nitrite, we will again check it with starch iodide paper. So you can observe there is no change in the color of paper. So we will proceed for the further titration, and we will add a more amount of sodium nitrite solution. Okay student, I have added few more ml of sodium nitrite, and now we will check it with the starch iodide paper. You can observe still there is the no change in the color of starch iodide paper. Now we will proceed for the further titration. So student, I have added few more ml of sodium nitrite. Now we will check the end point of our titration with the starch iodide paper. So you can observe there is the change in the color of starch iodide paper, and we show the blue color. Okay, so here we completed the assay of Dapsone. So students, we have prepared and standardized the 0.1 molar sodium nitrite solution, and also we have performed the assay of Dapsone. Now we will proceed for the calculation part of our today's practical.
Students, let us see the calculation part for our today's practical, that is assay of Dapsone. So part 1 in the calculation is for the preparation and standardization of 0.1 normal sodium nitrite. So we have to find out the normality of sodium nitrite solution. So observation table is as initial burette reading, then final burette reading, and the constant burette reading. So by performing the 3 titrations, we have got a final burette reading as a 28.8. That will be your constant burette reading, and this value we have to consider for the calculation. So let us see the next calculation part. So 0.01722 gram of sulfanilamide is equivalent to 1 ml of 0.1 normal sodium nitrate. Now students, we have to find out whatever the sodium nitrate solution we have prepared, it is of what normality. So for the same 0.5 gram of sulfanilamide as we have taken for the titration is equivalent to 28.8 ml of X normal sodium nitrite. So we have to find out the value for the X just by the cross multiplication. You can observe 0.5 into 1 into 0.1 is equal to 0.01722 into 28.8 into X normal. Now we have to calculate X. So shifting all the values to this side. So X is equal to 0.5 into 1 into 0.1 divided by 0.01722 into 28.8. By calculating this, we will get the normality of sodium nitrite as 0.1008 normal. So finally, we can conclude the result for the part 1 as the normality of sodium nitrite was found 0.1008 normal. Student, let us see the calculation part for the part 2, that is assay of Dapsone. So 0.01242 gram of Dapsone is equivalent to the 1 ml of 0.1 molar sodium nitrite. This is our factor. So as we have to calculate the value for the X, that is the how much gram of Dapsone is present. X gram of Dapsone is equivalent to, this is our burette reading for the assay 34.2 ml of, and this normality of sodium nitrite which we have found from the preparation and standardization, that is the from the part 1, okay, 0.108 molar. So just by the cross multiplication we will get 0.01242 into 34.2 into 0.1008 divided by 1 into 0.1. By calculating this, we will get the value of X is 0.43 gram, and this is nothing but our practical yield. So students, we have the theoretical yield, that is the 0.5 gram, practical yield 0.43 gram. Now we will proceed for the percentage yield. The formula for the percentage yield is practical yield upon theoretical yield into 100. So put up the value for the practical yield and the theoretical yield, that is the 0.43, that is our practical yield, and 0.5, that will be our theoretical yield. By calculating this, we will get the final answer 86%. So student, we can conclude the result for the part 2, the percentage purity of Dapsone in the given sample was found to be 86% weight by volume. Students, let us discuss about the question bank related to our today's practical, that is assay of Dapsone. So first question is, which method is used to determine primary amine? Options are diazotization titration, Karl-Fischer titration, redox titration, acid-base titration. And the correct answer for this question is diazotization titration. Second question is, what temperature is required to perform diazotization titration or reaction? First option 25 to 30 degrees Celsius. Second option 0 to 15 degrees Celsius. Third option 60 to 70 degrees Celsius. And 4 all of the above. And the correct answer is 0 to 15 degrees Celsius. Next question is, which method is used to determine endpoint of diazotization titration? And the options are starch iodide pepper, potentiometric titration, C, A and B, both of the above options, and the D, none of these. So correct answer is C, A and B. Next question is, which method is used to determine dapsone? And the options are diazotization titration, Karl-Fischer titration, non-aqueous titration, and acid-base titration. And the correct answer is diazotization titration. Next question is, how many grams of sodium nitrates are dissolved in 1000 ml distilled water to give 0.1 normal sodium nitrate solution? The options are 6.5 gram, 7.5 gram, 6 gram and 4 gram. And the correct answer is B, 7.5 gram. Next question. Draw the structure for dapsone. And here is the structure for dapsone. Next question. How will you prepare 0.1 molar sodium nitrate solution? Answer is, take a 7.5 gram of sodium nitrate, dissolve in 800 ml of distilled water and finally make up the volume up to the 1000 ml. Next question. How will you standardize 0.1 molar sodium nitrate? The procedure for the standardization is, it is standardized against sulfanilamide. Take a 0.3 gram of sulfanilamide and dissolve it in 20 ml of 2 normal hydrochloric acid. Stir to dissolve it and cool the content to the 15 degrees Celsius in ice bath. Then add a 25 gram of crushed ice and titrate it with the sodium nitrate solution. Stir vigorously until the tip of the glass rod dip into the titrated solution immediately produces a distinct blue color on being touched to starch iodide paper. And for calculation, it will require a factor which is each 0.01722 gram of sulfanilamide is equivalent to 1 ml of 0.1 molar sodium nitrate solution. Next question is, give the molecular weight of dapsone. And the answer is, molecular weight of dapsone is 248.302 gram per mole. Next question, give the molecular formula of dapsone. And the answer is, molecular formula of dapsone is C12H12N2O2S. So students, I hope you have understood the preparation and standardization of sodium nitrate solution and also the assay of dapsone. Thank you.